Having an hourglass figure doesn't mean every outfit must look like an hourglass. If a fitted top, fitted bottom, and a belt are making you feel dated, I'll show you 5 modern silhouettes, including one that breaks almost every traditional hourglass rule without losing your shape. The usual hourglass advice is familiar. Define your waist, avoid anything boxy, and choose clothes that follow your curves. That advice isn't necessarily wrong, but it's incomplete. When we apply it to every item in the outfit, the result can feel overly fitted, overly feminine, or simply predictable. So this isn't another list of the best tops, trousers, jackets, and dresses for an hourglass body. I have already covered those foundations in previous videos, which I'll link below. Today we're looking at complete outfits. And more specifically, I want to show you 5 different ways of allowing an hourglass shape to be visible without making the waist the subject of every outfit. For each look, we'll make 3 decisions. Where do we show shape? Where do we allow space? And what gives the outfit its personality? I call this shape, space, and signal. Once you understand those 3 elements, you can wear much more than what the traditional hourglass rulebook recommends. An hourglass outfit doesn't need to trace every curve. It simply needs one clear reference point that helps the eye notice the body underneath the clothes. The reference point could be the waist, but it doesn't have to be a belt. It could be the point where the top meets the trouser. It could be a shorter top underneath a longer jacket. It could be via color blocking. It could be even a small amount of visible shape surrounded by something more relaxed. The mistake is believing that if the entire body isn't outlined, the outfit will automatically look shapeless. In reality, contrast is often more effective when part of the outfit is close to the body and another part has movement or volume. The shape becomes visible without being overemphasized. Let's look at how that works. The first silhouette is what I call the soft X. Here, the scarf top brings movement, color, and interest to the upper body. The navy trousers create a much cleaner, calmer line below. The outfit still allows us to understand the waist, but there's no heavy belt and no attempt to make every part of the outfit fitted. The shape comes from the point where the 2 garments meet. The space comes from the trouser leg, and the signal, the element that gives the outfit personality, is the scarf top. This is important because an hourglass shape already has visual movement. The clothing doesn't have to repeat that movement everywhere. If the top and the trousers were very tight, the outfit would become entirely about the body. If both were very voluminous, we might lose the body altogether. The soft X sits between those 2 extremes. You could recreate it with a fluid blouse and long trousers, a softly draped top and an A-line skirt, or a neat knit with a wide leg jean. The top doesn't have to be skin tight. It only needs to finish clearly enough for us to understand where the upper body ends and the lower body begins. Notice that the trousers don't grip the hips and then continue to follow every curve. They create a clean line away from the body. That contrast makes the waist appear defined without forcing it. This is a much more modern interpretation of the hourglass silhouette. Shape above and a clear meeting point and movement below. And before we continue, tell me in the comments which fitting problem is most frustrating for you. Clothes pulling across the bust, trousers tight at the hips and loose at the waist, or jackets feeling too boxy. That will help me decide which problem deserves its own video. The second formula is close on one half and relaxed on the other. This is the outfit that challenges traditional hourglass advice most obviously. Cargo shorts aren't normally presented as an hourglass essential. They have pockets, volume, and a more utilitarian feeling. But that's precisely why the outfit feels current. The tube top creates a clean clothesline on the upper body. The shorts introduce space and a completely different attitude below. Because the top is compact, the relaxed shorts look intentional rather than overwhelming. The eye can still understand the body, even though the lower half isn't following the curves. This is a useful formula whenever you want to wear cargo trousers, barrel leg jeans, wide leg trousers, fuller skirts, or relaxed tailoring. Pair the relaxed piece with something clearer on the opposite half. Clear doesn't necessarily mean revealing. If you don't wear tube tops, this could be a square neck knit or a fitted t-shirt, a sleeveless shell, a knit shirt tucked cleanly at the front, or a top worn under an open shirt. For a fuller bust, look for a top with enough structure and proper support so that the neckline feels secure. The principle isn't the tube top itself. The principle is the contrast between a clean upper shape and a relaxed lower shape. You could also reverse this formula, wear a more relaxed shirt or a knit on top, then pair it with a straighter skirt, slim leg trouser, or a neatly cut jean. One half provides space, the other gives us clarity. That's the key. When an outfit feels too voluminous, don't immediately add a belt. First ask whether one half could become a little cleaner. Often that one adjustment is enough. The third formula uses color to create the shape. Here the red top and cobalt trousers meet at the waist, so the collar can become the reference point. There's no need for a contrasting belt here because the outfit already contains a clear visual division. What keeps the combination harmonious is that the two colors have similar strength. One doesn't completely overpower the other. The red has presence above and the cobalt answers it below. This allows you to wear a simpler silhouette while still creating a very intentional outfit. If bright colors isn't part of your style, the same principle works with quieter combinations like burgundy and navy, cream and chocolate, charcoal and ivory, for example. You can also create a subtler version by wearing two shades from the same color family. The important part is deciding where the colors meet. If that meeting point sits around your natural waist, it creates definition without needing tight clothes. If it sits very low, it can visually lengthen the torso and shorten the leg. If it sits extremely high, it can make the torso feel compressed. There isn't one correct position for everyone. Look at the relationship between your torso and legs and choose the placement that feels most balanced on you. The other lesson from this outfit is that color can do the work that we often expect accessories to do. When the color combination is already strong, the belt, jewelry, and shoes don't all need to compete for attention. Let the color lead. That's the signal in this outfit. The fourth formula is the belted blazer frame. One of the most limiting Hourglass rules is that jackets must always be fitted and neatly cinched at the waist. But a longer and more relaxed blazer can work beautifully when it's worn open as a frame or closed and belted. Here the blazer creates a long vertical line, while the contrasting belt marks the waistline. The long neckline provides balance around the bust area, which works particularly well for those with large busts. If you intend to wear a blazer buttoned, it doesn't need to create a perfect hourglass. It needs to sit correctly through the shoulders, move comfortably around the bust, and create a deliberate outline. An oversized blazer can look stylish on an hourglass shape as well, when the viewer can still see the body somewhere inside the outfit. That might be through a shorter top, a visible waistband, or an interrupted inner column, or a contrast between the inner and outer colors. What tends not to work is a large jacket over an equally long, equally loose top with no visible change in proportion. In that situation, every layer is creating space, but nothing is providing shape. The solution isn't necessarily a smaller blazer. It might simply be a shorter inner layer, a cleaner trouser line, or a little more visible structure underneath. You can also push up the sleeves or expose the wrist to make a substantial jacket feel lighter. The orange and red combination gives this look a confident, creative signal. The tailoring provides authority, but the color stops it from feeling corporate. This is where body shape advice and personal style should meet. The body shape helps you understand how the clothes behave. Your personality decides what the clothes should say. The fifth formula is the relaxed column, and this is the one that breaks almost every traditional hourglass rule. The outfit doesn't rely on a contrasting way. It doesn't try to create the strongest possible X shape, and it isn't fitted from top to bottom. Instead, the low contrast color creates one continuous visual line. The shape is communicated through smaller details, where the garments meet, the amount of ease around the body, and the points where we see the neck, arms, wrists, or ankles. Showing shape doesn't always mean showing the waist. Sometimes showing a few narrow points of the body is enough to prevent a relaxed outfit from feeling heavy. This is particularly useful for casual dressing. Many hourglass women know how to create a polished fitted outfit, but struggle when they want something easy, loose, and comfortable. They put on a relaxed top and relaxed trousers and feel completely hidden and complete that casual clothes don't suit them. But the problem isn't comfort or volume, it's the absence of a reference point. With a relaxed column, create one moment of clarity. That could be a slightly shorter front hem, a glimpse of the waistband, a shaped shoulder, an open neckline, a rolled sleeve, or a shoe that exposes the ankle. You don't need all of this. Choose one or two. The signal could then come from an interesting shoe, eyewear, jewelry, texture, or bag. This makes the look deliberately relaxed rather than unfinished. The objective isn't to make yourself appear as small as possible. It's to make the space around the body look intentional. When you put an outfit together, use these three questions: shape, space, and signal. First, where can I see the shape? You only need one useful reference point. It could be the waist, shoulder, neckline, wrist, ankle, or the point where the two garments meet. Second, where have I allowed space? Perhaps it's in the trouser leg, the shirt, or the skirt. Space should live somewhere deliberate. If every piece is very loose, create a little clarity. If every piece is extremely fitted, introduce a movement. Third, what's the signal? What do you want us to notice first? Is it the color combination, the beautiful neckline, the relaxed cargo shape, the jacket, the jewelry? If 5 things are demanding attention, simplify 1 or 2 of them. If the outfit feels forgettable, strengthen the signal. And if something looks wrong, don't change the entire outfit. Change one of the 3 elements. Add or reduce shape, move the space, or choose a clearer signal. That's far more useful than asking whether every individual garment is technically recommended for an hourglass body. So these are the 5 modern hourglass formulas. The soft X. Close plus relaxed, shape create through color, the open frame, the relaxed column. None of these require you to dress tightly from head to toe, and only some of them emphasize the waist. The goal of body shape knowledge isn't to give you a smaller wardrobe. It's quite the opposite. It's to help you understand proportion well enough that you can wear more styles and make them feel like you. Tell me in the comments which formula you would genuinely wear. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And if you want the detailed foundations, the garment shapes, fabrics, and fit advice, watch the other videos. Thanks for staying with me until the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao, everyone.